The film starts by showing the psychiatric hospital. There are many mad patients. A mad person is sketching on the wall in a room, but his life ends while he is sketching. He falls down from there. Then a man appears there. He is the same man who was making this man draw the sketch. He was making a map of a city because he wanted to search for someone. The scene turns, and a boy named Michele is seen. He has a classmate whom he used to like, and today is the party of Michele with her. He had never revealed to his classmate that he liked her. He is a meek, and he used to take her photos and make videos. Later, he watches them. One day, it is seen that a lady police officer visits their high school and says to them, "You have already known that one of your classmates is lost. He has not been searched for several days." The lady police officer who has visited here is not anyone else but the mother of Michele. Michelle's nose begins bleeding when he is in his classroom. He immediately moves to the lavatory, but his schoolmates used to tease him too much. They also start to tease him here, because he is very fragile and he did not know how to communicate perfectly. It was because he did not have the courage to express himself before his classmate, and he used to be helpless whenever someone teased him. He was totally fed up with this behavior. He used to think, would I have taught them a lesson in a day? But he has not enough strength to take any step. Michele is extremely happy for tonight, because it has been told to you that there is a party in the house of his classmate. He is very excited at the thought of attending a party. He goes to a costume shop, where he begins to see the variety of fancy dress parties costumes. Then a small kid says to him that I give you a superhero costume. It is a mystic costume. Michele asks him, "Oh, it means I will look good wearing it." That kid says to him, "Yeah, you will look good and also attain the powers." Michele returns to his home, taking it as fun. He has brought a costume home, but he is sitting on the sofa in a dejected mood, coming to the house. Then his mother asks him, coming there, "What happened with my son?" Michele says, "I brought the costume, but kids will have worn the beautiful dress at a Halloween party. Look at my costume." Then his mother says to him, "Just be the same as you are. Never imitate anyone. Otherwise your own qualities will also be suppressed. My son will look even more beautiful." Actually, Michele's father was not alive, so his mother used to love him a lot, but Michele used to remember him. If my father were alive, they would teach the lesson to those boys who tease me. Now the night falls and Michele moves to that party after getting ready. Now all children begin to tease him in that place. We know that you have saved the photos and videos of that girl on your mobile phone. You have affection for her. But what is this? You take her photos stealthily. How bad she will feel knowing it. Then they play the photos and videos of that girl at the party. Witnessing, that girl comes into rage. She begins to show her anger at Michele, and he locks himself in a lavatory. The kids are asking him from outside, "What happened? You felt afraid." "Oh, a poor guy has frightened a girl." Michele is not wanting to face them, because the outsider kids are very mannerless. He starts to communicate with himself inside, looking into the mirror. That kid had told me that this costume was powerful. Costume, what is your power? Can you make me invisible right now? Then the light is switched off. Michele really disappeared as the light was switched on. He had become invisible. Let's see the routine of Michele. When he brushes his teeth and gets up, it is revealed that he has really become invisible. Michele is very excited for this, and he says that I have mercy. I can take revenge on them in the classroom when I wish. Now, Michele begins to go to school. Then a man stands at a distance, wearing black sunglasses. He observes him. Anyhow, Michele moves into the classroom, but he is not appearing before anyone. So he takes advantage of this. He shoots out the ink at the teacher, and the teacher thinks that it was shot by the seated student there, so she gets that boy out of the classroom. And he takes revenge from the other students, taking advantage of his being invisible. Then it is known that 2 more students are also lost from the school, and they recorded a video as a message before their disappearance. We are leaving this place willingly. We are fed up with our houses. We want to live alone and live an autonomous life. Then a psychiatrist visits their school on this day, who starts to explain to the students, "You are all young, and parents are a necessity for everyone. They only need our goodness. Otherwise, it will have no effect on what another person's kid does. Try to understand this reality." Then Michele senses that he is again becoming invisible. He immediately ran from that place, and all think that he is disliking the counseling of the psychiatrist. His sister notices as he comes to her that his brother's dress is visible, but he is not. She says to him, "Brother, you are a superhero." Suddenly Michele places his hand on her lips. He says, "Keep quiet. Don't mention it to anyone. I've started to become invisible since the time I took that costume. There is surely something mysterious." Michele hears that his mother is talking with someone. Being invisible, Michele sits before his mother. His mother continues to talk through the phone, as he is not being seen by her. Michele comes to know, listening to the conversation of his mother, that he is not the biological son of his mother, but an adopted child. He is very hurt by it, and he leaves that place. His mother senses that someone has passed from her side, but she is unaware that her son, Michele, has become invisible. One day, Michele is taking a swing and sitting on it. A girl notices the empty, moving swing. She comes there and begins to talk to him, realizing his presence. Michele also begins to talk with her, but he is not appearing before her. They will be friends soon. Now Michele thinks that he will tell him the facts. In fact, he is the same Michele who can disappear as well as her friend. But a man abducts her before he goes to reveal the reality to her. Michele exerts his best to save that girl, but in vain. Now it is seen that girl wakes up at a place where some people are present in her surroundings who are detecting her body and mouth. They are trying to know that she is not that kid who is invisible, because these people are also unaware of his gender, nor they have awareness who is he. When those people believe that this girl does not possess any power and that there is another who is invisible, they leave this girl to the other 2 kids, who had been taken here for this purpose. Michele thinks that he will soon go to rescue that girl after being invisible, but he notices that his mother has washed the costume as he goes to wear it, and he lost that power. Then he says to his mother, "You wanted the same. I may not achieve success and act according to my will. Otherwise, you are not my biological mother." Saying it, he comes to the beach, riding his bicycle. His mother is saddened by him. Now Michele encounters the same man at the beach, putting on black sunglasses, who was seen before. Here he says, "Michele, I also possessed the same powers that you did. You possess it because you are my son." That person wearing sunglasses tells him that your mother also had the ability to disappear. It means the wife of that man. He tells his son, "I used to live in Russia several years ago. That country was ruined due to the nuclear bomb explosion. That nuclear reaction developed superhuman abilities. Gathering such people, a group was formed. The leader of that group was Savage. He used us while keeping us in his custody. Many days passed, and he continued to use us. I glimpsed a girl there during that time, which I liked a lot. The girl is your mother. We then wondered when you came into existence. No, you will not stay here under the cruelty of the Savage leader. We both fled, taking you. But that leader's team members began to chase us. So your mother sacrificed her life, and she instructed both of us to leave this place. She also had the ability to disappear. She was invisible at that time. I thought that I would never be able to bring you up alone. In this way, our lives will be in danger. So I placed you in front of the house of the police officer, so your life may not be like mine." Here, Michele asks his father, "Were powers not in my costume, but I possessed them before. Then his father says, "Yes, my son, you have inherited these powers." Michelle's father also tells him that I can also read the mind, and that lady is the best who took charge of your care. She loves you a lot. You may apologize to her. Then Michelle's mother comes there while searching for him. Then Michele apologizes to her in the same way advised by his father. Being happy, both return home. He faces the same psychiatrist as he approaches home. Who knew that Michele could disappear? He attempts to reveal the secrets from Michele. Then Michele runs from there. On the other side, the same girl is seen who has started to like Michele, and she was abducted. She is on a ship, and she tries to escape from there. There is an ultra-bright flashlight that spreads at a distance. That girl turns on it, and Michele instantly goes to rescue her. It was an indication of where that girl was. Michelle's foster mother begins to feel worried about him. Michelle's father says, going to her, "Don't be worried. Michele has gone to a place. He will come soon." Michele had become more courageous and sharp. Becoming invisible, he goes to the ship and defeats them easily. And he saves those people. That girl says, "I also want to rescue other people." Michele hands her over a gun and says, "Keep it for your safety." But that girl points the gun at Michele unexpectedly. Michele is astonished, and he thinks there is another person involved in it, and she is under control. Someone had compelled her to take such action. The matter of fact was almost similar. Michele knows after searching that there is an old man. He is paralyzed, but he has the power to hold sway over people whom he touches at once. He has controlled that psychiatrist and this girl. That satanic man moves the watercraft under the water, using it against Michele, because he wanted to take Michele to another country. They have taken Michele there until Michelle's foster mother or father arrive there. But Michele employs his power in a perfect way. He locks that old man into a room after damaging everything. He himself comes out of that place. His mother is pleased to see it. There are also many people there as he comes out of that place. He disappears in front of them. Michelle's father comes to him and says to him, "My son, indeed you have powers, but we have to hide them from other people, as I have kept them secret. Be careful next time not to use these powers in public. Just live like a normal person. Then your life will be easier." Then his father moves ahead and removes the memory of each person. They have not seen anything. When all people restore their memories related to the time before this incident, they have the knowledge that they have all lost their kids and have been abducted. Then they think that when Michelle's gone to rescue them, as being the best police officer, she also rescued the other kids. Then all people and children began to compliment her. The next day, it is observed that Michele goes to his school as a common student. The bullies start to tease and threaten him again. Being courageous, he says to the kids that will be better not to tease me. The children are left astonished to hear such a response. At the end of the movie, it is shown that Michelle's biological mother and younger sister are still alive. Michelle's father left both of them in separate places so that they may be safe. Michelle's mother is now searching for Michelle's sister. The movie concludes with this scene.